이재동 선수 현재 에이스 결정전 5승 1패 기록 있죠.
Anyway, as you can see, Jaedong, he's 10-10 overall. So like he seems to lose most of the games he plays in the regular game, or like the regular sets, and then just beast modes it in the ace match. Because he's like that, you know, he's like a DBZ character or something. You know, you beat him once first, and then he like shows his final form and just crushes you. You know, well actually no, that doesn't happen. In DBZ you win anyway, even against final form. But you know, like there's so many different guys with final forms. Like Frieza has like 3 different forms. Like Sayle has a bunch of different forms. Boo, they all have like a billion different forms. Jaedong, he only shows his first form in the regular sets. Then he goes boss mode.
이번 시즌 에이스 결정전의 사나이 승리의 보증수표, 승리의 마침표 마지막을 찍는 데는 이재동이라는 이름이 가장 어울리는 것이 사실이었습니다. 그래서 더더욱 이재동 선수를 좋아하는 팬분들이 많아지고 있는 가운데 이번 경기 2대1입니다. 그렇습니다. 정말 중요한 경기예요. 자, 그런가 하면은 또 김승현 선수 가끔씩 정말 포텐을 빵빵 터뜨리면서
And Guemchi, shoulders hunched, he's nervous. He's nervous. He's got a better record overall than Jaedong does, 8-7. Well, better win rate, I guess. But he has been defeated once before in an ace match by Jaedong.
그리고 김승현 선수의 어쨌든 간에 안티가 조선소라는 맵 자체가 프로토스가 저그에게 사실 좋은 맵이에요. 특히나 이제 장민철 선수 같은 경우가 듀얼 토너먼트에서 보여주는 막 이런 완전 상대방을 그냥 아무것도 없게 만들어버리는 이런 것들을
I miss DBZ. I love Majin Buu. Majin Buu is one of my favorite characters of all time. Because he had so many, like, turned into so many random different things. Because every time he ate somebody, he, like, turned into somebody else. So, you know, like, you had, like, the fat and jolly Buu. And then you had, like, the little mini kid Buu, who's actually the strongest Buu. Because he kept just eating people and getting weaker. Oh, man. Buu is awesome.
8대7로 저우가 한 경기 앞서고 있고요. 이면에서 이재동 선수가 프로토스에게 2번이나 이겼죠. 그러면서 좋은 모습 보여줬었고요. 요즘 이 맵에서 저그 대 프로토스 저그의 문제는
Yeah, I love like Big Boo who would turn people into chocolate and just eat them. He's like Santa Claus Boo. Oh, that Boo is so cool.
포함해서 그것을 통한 응용 방법이 너무 많아요. 현실적으로 그걸 막기가 아주 어려워 보이는 상황이기 때문에 김승현 선수가 가지고 온 전략을 빨리 보고 싶고 이재동 선수의 대응법도 궁금합니다. 알고도 못 먹는다라는 얘기가 있었죠. 왜 그러냐면 이게 장민철 선수가 일단은 이제 연맹 쪽에서 열리고 있는 GSL이라는 결승전에 올라가는 4강전에서 박수호 선수를 잡아냈을 때 똑같은 전략을 썼어요. 그리고 그게 첫 번째였고 그 다음 맵에서 펼쳤던 경기가 그 듀얼 토너먼트였거든요.
Oh man, Oob was horrible. Don't even get me started on Oob. They took the best villain ever, besides like the Joker, I guess. Seriously, if I had to pick like top 2 villains of all time, it'd be like Joker and then Boo. And then they turned him into Oob, and I was like, what? Why would you do that? Why would you take Boo and turn him into like this little stupid little kid? Oob was like one of the worst things to happen to DBZ. I hope I didn't spoil that for anybody. Could you imagine someone's like, no, I just started watching DBZ, why? Sorry guys. Boo comes back as Oob. Alright, spawning as the Red Zerg on the right side of Antigua Shipyard. We have Lee Jaedong, the Tyrant, playing for against the teammate. And in the left hand position, as the Blue Protoss, we will have Guemchi, aka Xanadu, sending out a probe to make a pylon down at his natural. Do some forge fast expanding. I'm still waiting to see one of these Kespa Pro Gamer guys do that newfangled like gateway expand that like Naniwa made up for his match against DRG. Seems to be getting more popular nowadays among the StarCraft 2 players, but doesn't seem to have made its way into the Kespa SC2 metagame yet, I guess.
정면으로 공격을 가면서도 상대방의 본진의 시야만
Anyway.
벌려진다면 아래지역에 수정탑을 짓고 병력을
Here's
소환할
the
수
pylon
있는
at the front,
그런
and the probe guy
대부분을
just gonna
보완하는
check out
것이
what
되겠지만
Jaedong is
살짝
doing.
최적화되어 있는 맵이에요. 그렇기 때문에 저거가 그런 여지를 막기가
Try
굉장히
and block a hatchery if he can.
그거를 이제 또 한 번 더
And
이용해서
looks like Jaedong saving up money for
이런
14
형태의
pool.
공격을 하게 되니까 저거가 굉장히
No, he's actually made
어렵거든요.
another drone. Okay, never mind. Going up to 15. And Lagu. Okay, this is a 15 pool. So Guemchi's probably just going to go for a Nexus first. He's gone up to 15 here. Could also go for like 17 Forge, 17 Nexus. Saw that recently as well. And there's a probe going out on 16 to do something. He's going to... Oh, is he going to Nexus on 17? Is the stream going to stop lagging? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. We should do that every time it buffers. Buffering on the stream can be like powering up. You know, like the Super Saiyans doing their little constipation yell when they power up. So every time the stream buffers, I actually just like stop it and be like, find out on the next time. Tune into the next stream to find out what happens in the rest of this game when I pre-buffered the game and it doesn't lag anymore. So, second pylon there, added the front to help wall that in. It's a pretty wide little ramp there. And there is the standard wall in. Actually, a lot of players will generally put the gap on the other side. Like, Guemchi has actually put the gap in his wall closer to his ramp. See what I mean? So he's put the gap at the top. Oh no, he actually walled himself in completely. Okay, never mind. Or maybe that's... Oh no, that's just temporarily, so that the cannon can finish before the links get there. So he's going to cancel that pylon now. Yeah, cancel? Maybe? Okay, there's cancel. So you can see he put the gap closer to his ramp, whereas a lot of players will put it on like the other side of the wall. So just shuffle the gateway and the forge to the left one. But I mean, it's not a huge deal unless you're getting like, you know, Baneling busted or something, then it becomes a marginally bigger deal. But it doesn't look like Jaedong's going to do anything like that. He's just gone for this fast third, as you would expect. And it looks like we have a Summoning Explorer placed at the wall here. I believe that's in Vision of the Overlord. Pretty close, yeah. Pretty sure the Overlord sees that now. And we have just one link for Jaedong checking out. Make sure there's no cannons going up around his third. Good times. Looks like +1 started already for Guemchi. Let's see if he wants to go for that kind of +2 blink stalker all in that has been known to succeed against Jaedong. Well, I think the +1 upgrade might have had to start a little bit earlier for that. I'm not 100% sure exactly when you start that in that build. Anyway, Stalker actually coming out here first. And we are powering up, guys. We're just leveling up the stream here. We're going Super Saiyan level 2 or level 3 or something. How many levels did they actually eventually get to? Because in DBZ they got up to like level 3, right? And then, or wait, no, or did they get to level 4? I think they got to level 4, and then there was like the pink monkey version, which was just bizarre. So, and I think that was like level 5. And then you could go like full monkey or something. Oh no, wait, no, I think I got it backwards. I think you go full monkey and then you go pink monkey. You know, so first you go like King Kong mode, and then you go pink monkey or something. Was there a level after pink monkey? I kind of didn't watch anymore after that. Is there anything after pink monkey? Is there actually a proper name for that? Golden monkey? Okay, apparently there's golden monkey. Alright, nice. Anyway, that robe has been placed kind of sneakily. It might get spotted anyway, though. Ooh, it's gonna be close. Ooh! Oh, he doesn't see it. I don't think he saw that. Yes, he did not see that. Jaedong does not see the robo. So still unaware of what's going on here. Oh, we have more gateways being added. Looks like a War Prism on the way. So it looks like Guemchi gonna go for some fast War Prism attack here. Probably gonna make load up a bunch of sentries, fly over into the Zerg main, and you know, force field the ramp and do a bunch of warpins. Something like that. He's going up to, I believe, 6 warp gates total. Yeah, that's right, 6 warp gates total.
드랍을 한번 해주고 그러면서 분광기를 통해서 방자사 공격돼 있기 때문에 지금부터 포자 촉수 글쎄요.
차원 분광기가 나온 상태.
네, 상대방이 이렇게 움직임이 없다 보니까 부스타즈 혹은 공업포격기를 생각을 하면 안 됩니다. 지금 바퀴를 그래도
Looks like a Spore Crawler in the main because Jaedong is not sure what's going on here, but the War Prism is on the way. Is it actually close enough to the Watchtower? I think it's actually going in Watchtower vision. Why is he moving it in Watchtower vision? That's pretty horrible. He's also built a pylon here on the low ground that is spotted by this Overlord, so you can actually not only use the War Prism for Warpins, but he can also, even if the War Prism somehow dies, he can use that pylon on the low ground. Meanwhile, moving up with 4 Zealots, keeping that Stalker alive, but Jaedong, he cancels the Spore Crawler because he knows what's going on, but there's the Warp and the Stalkers on the high ground. The Roach is actually completely out of position. Jaedong sent all his Roaches down to kill that pylon, and is now in a position. There's the Force Field on the ramp. There is the Phase Mode, going to warp in a bunch of more Stalkers, it looks like, but only got 2 sentries. They were warped in early, so they're going to have a few Force Fields here. It doesn't look like he's warping in more sentries to continue the force field, but it looks like, oh man, killing the Queen in the main base, doing another round of warpins. I think he needs another sentry though to keep that ramp blocked off. Make sure no Roach reinforcements can come in here. Please do not die on me, stream, please, I beg you. Somebody feed the stream Senzu beans or something. Gun run, bring some Senzu beans. That's what they're called, right? The healing bean thingies? They give you like full HP? Yeah, full HP beans. Alright. Anyway, it looks like he doesn't warp in any more sentries, so he does let the Roaches back in. And is it going to be enough for Jaedong? I think with the reinforcements it will be enough to pick this up. Yeah, oh, but another round of Zealots rather, is warped in here, but the Roaches are closing with the Stalkers. And we are lagging like crazy. Senzu beans! Oh my god, buffer into no Roaches left! The buffer, oh wait, no, there they are. Alright, never mind. But Jaedong has built 2 Spine Crawlers in his main base now, but oh man, he's losing the Evolution Chamber. Is he going to lose the Roach Warren? Looks like probably not, and I think Gwemchi will have to retreat here. Yeah, he's just going to load up the last of those units and pull back. So picked off the Evolution Chamber, did an okay amount of damage. Let's take a look at the unit tab. It's like 53 drones to 48 probes, 17 Roaches though still on the field, and not many units for Gwemchi, but he does have 5 sentries and 1 Immortal, so if he gets some good force fields off, he should still be okay against any kind of counterattack. Looks like the Queen going to try and run down that War Prism, but that's not going to happen now that she is off creep. We look at the supplies, 117 for Jaedong against 81 supply of Gwemchi. I mean, I don't know, I feel like that attack could have done a lot more. Like if Gwemchi had warped in maybe a couple more sentries there, kept that ramp force fielded, I feel like he definitely could have done more damage, but well, too late for that now, I guess. Looks like going to continue to use these Stalkers to harass. Just pick off some Overlords here and there, but there's a lot of Roaches moving towards his natural. He does have 7 sentries though in the natural. See, I don't understand. If he had that much gas, why didn't he warp in the first place? Like, why didn't he just warp those in at the main, at Jaedong's main, and just like force field the ramp? Like, he could have just killed the entire main base or something. Huh. And in the meantime... Oh no, what have you done? The Overseer sees it as well. Oh, how embarrassing. Jaedong is just giggling in his booth. He's like, lol, you trapped your Immortal. Oh, he has to rescue it with a War Prism. Oh, that's awesome. That is amazing. I think there's still a gap on the other side of the robo though, so if he just rallies it properly, he can still get out. But looks like Roach is coming in here, going to pick off a couple of the cannon and the Stalker rather that were warping in, but the rest of the unit is going to come in and help out. There's a good number of sentries and 2 Immortals there, going to prevent those Roaches from doing anything too crazy. But Jaedong is fast approaching max here at 13 minutes. Of course, having taken a little bit of that damage earlier, it is a little bit delayed, this Roach max. But here we go, the standard style on Antigua, going to start poking both the natural and the third here with those Roaches. Although he's pulling back a little bit now. Looks like, okay, just regrouping a little bit. But there we go. Jaedong essentially maxed right now. 192 supply against the 111 supply of Gwemchi. Gwemchi going to have to do some really nice force fields to hold this off. Gwemchi's actually moving out. I don't think it's a good idea. He's moving into the middle of the map. He really doesn't want to do that. He wants to, be in a position where he's kind of like, he's got lots of more terrain to work with here, so he can place better force fields. If he just runs into the middle and gets surrounded by Roaches, even if he gets a couple of good force fields off, those sentries will have to use up a lot of energy to force field properly in the middle of the map in a wide open space. So definitely does not want to be attacking right now, especially taking his third base. And yeah, looks like he has pulled back now. Going to start walling in that third, as you would expect. And there we go, going to move his units in here. But Jaedong, there's the multitask, there's the double pronged attack. Is he going to be able to run to the main? There are a few Zealots, but he snipes out one of the Zealots. And now the Roach is moving to the third base here. Gwemchi pulling his entire army back to deal with the Roaches in his main base. Just going to abandon his third, now splitting up his forces, sending in some units. Looks like the Roaches in the main going to target down the Twilight Council, while the Roaches at the third target down the next and Jaedong gets away scot-free with those roaches at the third. He is going to sacrifice those roaches in the main base. He's going to do as much damage as he possibly can, kill some probes. He's gotten the Twilight Council down already, so no blink for those stalkers. And meanwhile, Jaedong, while all this is going on, is getting out 5 infestors with the infestor energy upgrade almost complete. Looks like he's timed that perfectly, so the energy upgrade will finish before the infestors pop out. And Jaedong doing a great amount of damage here. Looks like the roaches in the main do get taken down. Looks like these units, though, at the third, are they going to get taken down? No, looks like with good force fields, Gwemchi will keep them alive. But I think he picked off, Jaedong at least picked off a couple of sentries there. Meanwhile, that War Prism seems to have lost all its stalkers. I don't know what happened to the 4 stalkers that were in that War Prism. Maybe he brought them back home, I guess? I'm not really sure. Oh, I think he did bring them back home. That's why we saw 4 stalkers come in randomly from the main base earlier. But meanwhile, Jaedong also expanding to a 4th, or taking a 4th base here in the middle. And oh my god, why is Gwemchi moving out here? Gwemchi's actually moving out. There's a lot of Lings on the map, though, and 5 infestors. He's got to be so careful with this move out. He wants to do the counterattack. I don't think this is the best idea, but he is getting good force fields off Jaedong, engaging at a bad spot here, engaging on this ramp, losing a good number of units here, dropping down to 150 supply. But, you know, he's going to be able to reproduce so much more quickly than the Protoss with those roaches and Lings, and with those infestors out to support. He's got 2 more infestors on the way, getting some fungals off while we power up into Super Saiyan mode. And just trying to hold this middle high ground here. Of course, he does have to hold that. Otherwise, if the Protoss manages to take control of that middle ground, Jaedong won't be able to mine from his 4th anymore. So kind of doesn't want that. Looks like he's actually going to add some spine crawlers here on the high ground. But with those, you know, 5 infestors, now 7 infestors, I believe, and all those roaches and Lings, I don't really think Gwemchi can do anything here. He's got to be so careful. If he gets bungled in a bad spot, gets surrounded by those Zerglings, he will just lose his entire army for nothing here. And he is retaking his 3rd base now. Actually, just now started, it looks like. Oh wow, that's going to be really, really late compared to Jaedong's 4th. Gwemchi's not in a good position at all right now. He's got to be so careful with those infestors there. And whoa, Jaedong streaming in the Lings to the 3rd base. Nice counterattack here. Gonna force a cancel on that for sure. And looks like might just force Gwemchi into an all-in attack here. Yeah, there's the cancel. Gwemchi gonna go for it. Gonna try and take down Jaedong's 4th base here, but the fungal. Oh, nice fungal. Gets all the sentries as well. And the Lings coming in the back, taking down that pylon, the forward pylon, so there's gonna be no reinforcements to this army. There is a War Prism, but it's not in phase mode, and there's a huge surround from Jaedong as we go into PowerPoint mode. Yeah, Fungaloo! Into GG. Buffer into GG. It doesn't matter. Everything gets fungled. The Lings surround everything. And that is going to be it for Gwemchi. Completely demolished here in the middle of the map. GG from Gwemchi. And Jaedong goes 6-1 in ace matches. Gwemchi has been taken down. Jaedong, look at that confident face there. Yeah, get some. The final boss wins again. He just turned Gwemchi into chocolate and demolished him. I think I just kicked something. Oh, I think I just kicked the cord on my computer. Oh no, it's fine. It's just the webcam. Alright, that's fine. Woo! So, Gwemchi getting a panel back. It's alright, Gwemchi. 5 others fell before you against the might of Jaedong. And that will be that for this match. Team 8 takes it and goes on a 7-match tear. That's right. Team 8 is now on a 7-match winning streak. And we are going to have one more match after this, guys, also, so don't go away. Or at least go get some food, actually. It's going to be like a 20-minute break. So go get some food, go to the bathroom and whatnot, and then when you come back, there will be Samsung Khan and SKT waiting for you. Bisu and Stork waiting with welcome with arms open. But I actually really need food. I can't even speak anymore. I just like need food. I don't even have food. Do I have food? What do I have? I have some eggs in the fridge. I have some bread. Maybe fry some eggs. Huh. Alright, let me put a sign up on the screen.